Okay, since my last video is doing so well, I decided to make another one, basically the same, but squeeze a bit more of the topic and get some more views and talk a bit more, go more in depth about why your War Thunder is in a bad place right now. So let's start. So, first off, we have Gaijin glazers. People who glaze Gaijin and they say Gaijin never makes a mistake. A lot of these people are super annoying. They always say, oh, if you die to M120s, it's a skill issue. These people see a lot of planes sending 6 M120s each, and you think that's normal. I think the number of players in each team should be reduced, and if you look at how much players at the end of the match get 0 kills, it's insane. It's about 5 of them out of 16 or less. Shouldn't we make War Thunder playable for everyone, or at least top tier for playable for everyone? Normally, like it's not only in top tier that there is like about 5 or 4 or 6 people without kills that end at the end of the match, but it's we gotta make the game playable for everyone, not people who just know how to play. But War Thunder at this moment in time, it's really hard to play, especially top tier. Mainly top tier. Okay, fine, only top tier basically. Okay, not only top tier, because you have 16 players in each team. That's too much. Okay, that's basically okay. I'm kind of contradicting myself here, I'm sorry, but in conclusion, it's too much players in each team, and we gotta make less players. Like, we should have like 1v1s, 2v1, 2v2s, 3v3s, 4v4s, and so on, and that would make people that would make it so that people would actually have a choice to how much players would be playing against each other. Okay, now we're gonna be talking about wallet warriors. The name by itself is pretty self-explanatory. It's people who just waste billions and billions, okay, not billions, but a lot of money in the game, and it's super annoying because usually those people are level 20s or level 1s and 4s who usually don't know how to play, They just see how long the grind takes and they just buy a premium so they can skip the grind. My friend, that's not how it works. Until Jets, I've made the grind all free without paying a single cent, and that's how it should be. You should get a feel for the game at least 300 hours, or at least until your level, I don't know, maybe level, okay, fine. In low tiers it's hard to progress. You don't progress as fast, you don't gain XP as fast, but for example, when you're already level 20, you can get your F5C, you feel me? Like, the missiles at that BR aren't really strong, it's not really hard to play, it's still about aim, and then in the future, once you get the feeling for those missiles, you can buy F4S, and even, okay, not F20, because F20 is a horrible deal, but maybe other planes. And don't buy the MiG-21 Laser, that plane is terrible. I've played with it, I don't like it, I'm not the best at the game, but for someone who isn't top play like for someone who isn't a pro at playing the game, don't buy the MiG-21 Laser. I'm just warning you. It's kind of unrelated about the video, but just don't buy it. Buy like the Tornado and go bombing if you wanna gain XP in Germany. Or if you're good, go ahead and buy the MiG-21 Laser. But if you're not, if you're terrible, stick to bombing until you grind it to MiG-23s. Then, because those are good planes, you can grind without premiums, because it will be more fun. It will. Premiums are just fun for you to grind until it's like good jets, and for you to grind to the planes that you actually wanna play. But like, when you grind to planes that you wanna play, yeah, like, leave the premiums. Okay, now let's talk about the battle rating, and because the battle ratings should be more decompressed. Vehicles are kind of like all squished together at the moment. it's been worse in the past, and every update that new vehicles come, Gaijin always, they always, how can I say this? They always bump up the max VR to decompress the VRs and stuff like that. But it's usually, I don't think it's been enough, because I'm in a F15 with aim 7s and 9Ms, like, okay, 9Ms aren't the problem, but aim 7s against aim 120s, and it's kind of frustrating. Of course, there's always a way to beat the aim 120s by basically don't wasting your aim 7s until they are in a they are out of range of for the aim 120s. How can I explain this? Let's say you are in a BVR with aim 120s and you have aim 7s. Don't waste the aim 7s. You cannot notch while you guide the aim 7, so it's gonna be useless. You're gonna have to watch to notch the aim 7, the not the aim 7, the aim 120 anyways. So be ready for that and fly low to the ground. What you can do though is guide the aim 7 while you are low to the ground, but not all maps are flat. Some maps have mountains, and it's hard to, you will basically, for multipathing to work, I think it's multipathing, but for it to work you'd have to be below 50 meters to the ground. You have to be 50 meters or less close to the ground, and in some maps where it's mountains and stuff like that, it's hard to go just up and down in the mountains, and it's just not gonna work. But if you're in a map like the desert, yeah, you can just guide the aim 7 while you not really notch, because you won't need to notch because of the missile will hit the ground if you fly low. So basically just fly low and send the aim 7, it's gonna work, unless the enemy is too high up and the radar cannot get there. That's like, if that happens, it's not gonna work. But just wait until it's a fight with IR missiles, and then you can start pre-flaring and stuff like that, and it's gonna be a dogfight. You'll have to jink if he is on your 6. I think yeah, if he's on your 6, or on your 3 o'clock, you're gonna have to jink. And yeah, basically that's it. From that point onwards, it's gonna be you, and you have to be good. Okay, for the final thing, it's gonna be that Gaijin's communication with the community has been criticized as poor. Why? Because there was a point where everybody was mad at Gaijin because they wouldn't fix some things in the game, and some things in the game were bad and players didn't like it, and players hate it so much, and Gaijin just didn't listen. So what players had to do was basically to bomb the Steam page, the War Thunder Steam page, with bad reviews, until Gaijin finally addressed the issues.